ever guess who I met while wandering along the beach today? It's a man that I've not seen for days. A man that many of you will know well. He's made himself something of a legend in the last year, and he is with us here today. We got him off his morning walk. Please meet Ian Gribble.
Good to bump into you, Bill. I didn't know you was coming here.
Did you even know it was our beach?
I didn't know it was your beach.
Yeah,
No.
see, there you go. Well, you were actually trespassing.
That's right. I'd literally just been to a networking event.
Yeah?
Yeah, just round the corner.
So listen, talking of a networking event, they have those things everywhere, don't they? And you've become something of the, a kind of darling of the networking, if you will. Ian on tour. Can you tell us a bit more about that? I don't want to concentrate today too much on your whole LinkedIn performance and everything, because everybody knows how amazing that is. What I'd like to do today is get a bit off of that. So how about you, we first of all chat a little bit about the Ian on tour, how it came about and
Ian on tour, I mean, I think it's just a bit of fun, really. There's nothing serious on it.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I just use the hashtag Ian on tour if I'm going to a networking event, if I've been to a networking event. And it sort of originated sort of just before Christmas time, really. And I think it was Reese at Digital Dinos that said you should have your own hashtag. And I thought, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So a bit of fun,
Yeah.
but people seem to like it.
Yeah, that's nothing wrong with a bit of fun. It catches on sometimes.
It does. Yeah, and it's it's a good way for me to track where I've been as well, because I'm getting old and a bit forgetful these days.
Yeah, God, I know.
So, I can just...
It was good of you to come in, Charlie.
Absolutely, Dave. Yeah, no problem at all. So, you can just put hashtag Ian on tour into the search bar and you can see where I've been.
Yeah.
So it's great.
Yeah, it's very helpful. And so, how many networking events do you perhaps do in a week, say?
It depends what's going on.
A month?
Over a month, I'd like to get to sort of maybe 5 or 6 over the course of a month.
Really?
Yeah, there's some I'm invested in.
They're very early starts as well.
So I try to avoid the early starts. It's not good in the morning these days. Lunchtimes are good, or sort of late afternoon are good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. It's a great way of meeting people and supporting people.
So Ian, let's get away from the networking for a bit.
Okay.
What about the man? What about you? What's your background? Where have you come from? I've only really known you for the last year, and it's been a great experience. But where have you come from prior to that?
Where have I come from? Wow.
And you donate so much of your time for free.
Yeah.
People must think that that's all you do. So tell us more about you.
Yeah. Well, I've been in the photocopier industry for 29 years.
Really?
This year.
Really? Ever since you were a baby?
And it's hard to believe. So I'm only 25.
Yeah.
But no, long time in the industry. So I've seen a lot of changes over that time, and done a lot of different roles within the industry. So I started off as a photocopier engineer. Spent 20 years in the service side of the industry, up to sort of service manager level. So I was managing a department of 25 people.
Right.
And then almost 8 years ago, I got made redundant.
Oh.
So, my sort of boss decided it was time to retire. The business was acquired by another dealer. And because I was in that management role, there wasn't a role for me in the new business. So I was sort of almost had to sort of reevaluate where I wanted to go in life, really. But with 20 years experience, technical experience, I thought, I've got a lot to offer, but maybe in a slightly different way. And in that management role, I sort of developed people skills. So I thought, well, actually, what I could do is go and advise people on office printing, scanning, photocopying solutions. And so that's the sort of journey I went on, really. So it was a bit of a sort of self-discovery, really, and sort of the networking came in about 4 years ago.
So do you see yourself therefore as a consultant on the subject, as opposed to, you're not really selling the goods, are you?
I don't see myself as a salesperson, no.
Because sorry, but I presume you're not just selling, for example, a Canon or whatever.
No.
You're everything. So what you're basically doing is looking at people's requirements
I get an
and then
understanding.
fixing up with what they need.
I get an understanding, and I think because of that 5-year management role, where I was looking at operational side of things, how we were doing things, it gave me that sort of experience of some of the problems that businesses encounter when they're trying to create sort of workflows behind the scenes. So I like to get a real understanding of how a business is operating. If I can do that, then that's where I can sort of suggest ways to improve things.
Right.
So it's not just looking at selling a box.
Right.
It's looking at how that box can work for that business.
Is printing, in the literal sense, within business and industry, is it still as strong as it used to be? Has it not died off a bit now with the age of digitalisation and so on?
In certain sectors, it's still very strong. In other sectors, we're seeing sort of a shift to, certainly with the cloud-based solutions that are out there.
Yeah.
The actual photocopy industry has developed over the last sort of probably 5 to 6 years.
Oh, really?
And sort of welcomed that. They've embraced it.
Okay.
So the actual kit these days has sort of portals into cloud-based services.
Right.
So it does make streamlining processes even simpler because the actual device becomes a centralised hub.
Right. Right. It's certainly fast-moving, changing times and technology.
Yeah, you're always learning. Always learning.
So clearly, you've got a very solid background on the subject.
Yes, I'd like to think so.
So if if anyone is in a has to be quite a large environment, I think now.
Not always.
No.
No, not always.
Can you give us an example of a smaller?
A smaller one is a bookkeeper, quite local to here actually. So they're home based.
Yeah.
But they have remote workers. So they were looking for a solution where sort of scanning documents was more imperative to them. They wanted to find a solution to do that effectively and quickly. So with a sort of case like that, it was software driven. The machine was almost irrelevant. But finding the right solution. So it just goes to show you it's not always the bigger companies, it can be the smaller companies.
So what we're talking about then is evolution.
Yes.
Of what you do.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, just very, very quickly, between advising people on office equipment, is that accurate? Office equipment? What is it?
It's usually a piece of equipment we're supplying.
So between doing that and never mind your networking for the moment, because everybody that does networking has to squeeze it in. So between that and the famous and amazing work that you do for LinkedIn Local, what does Ian do for relaxation?
Relaxation is getting down the beach.
Good one.
I wish I had my dog with me today because she would have loved this.
Bring her next time.
Yeah, I will do. She would have loved this sandy beach. Been all over it.
Yeah, maybe make a mess of it. But kidding aside, what does Ian do with his spare time, if he gets any, by the sound of it?
Spare time, it is. I mean, LinkedIn Local does take up quite a bit of time.
I'm
sort of
sure
running
it
on
does.
the evenings and what have you.
Yeah.
But my way of switching off is watching a film.
Right.
I love films.
Yeah, good.
So if I watch a film, I will switch off from the outside world.
That's quite good, that.
So that's my sort of way of making me relax, really.
Good. And walking the dog.
And walking the dog. Walking the dog's brilliant. Recommend it.
Ian, it's been an absolute pleasure as always.
Super, Bill.
And thank you so much for coming along.
Pleasure.
Thank you for joining us on the beach. If you would like to come in, tell us your stories, whatever, have a bit of a giggle with us, have a cocktail, some coffee, absolutely love to see you. Just get in touch, details are on the screen. Thanks again, bye.